Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 16 of the Cruiser Clash Tournament. This is the Stonewall Fortress by Cashin facing off against the Shak's Terror by Amime. Now, if you'd like to know more in-depth details about these craft, I do overview videos on every single ship that is submitted to me for this tournament, and the link to that playlist will be in the description. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and get 10 minutes on the clock and get round 1 of this battle underway. We'll see how this goes. The last time the Shak's Terror was up against a stationary opponent, it went out of bounds and stayed out of bounds for too long and was disqualified. This time, we will see if perhaps, because the fortress in this case is completely stationary, but the heavy burdens do have a little bit of motion to them. They don't really travel, but they do move somewhat. I don't think that'll really make it... Oh, I've been blathering along and it's out of range. Right. So we will see how this goes. Yes, I'm keeping an eye on the clock here now. We're still pretty far out. It is coming back in. It is making the turn and closing the distance, but is it going to be able to do so in time before its disqualification clock runs out? And even if it does, is it going to be able to keep within those bounds and not run out of time again later? Okay, it is back in range now. It has about 5 seconds left on its disqualification clock. Basically, if it goes out of range again, it is just going to lose as soon as it does. It is taking some hits from the Stonewall Fortress, however, which is not something that normally happens. The Shak's Terror is usually pretty much invulnerable to cannon fire, but the Stonewall Fortress's guns seem actually able to land the occasional shot, doing a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. The Stonewall Fortress seems to have taken a little bit of damage as well. The cannons have stopped firing, it seems. One of them is probably stopped because of a failsafe, because they were side by side there for a moment. Yeah, those shells are still coming in. Now that there's a little bit more distance, they are missing again, though. No longer able to land. And we're about to go out of range again, it looks like. Yep, out of range. Distance is increasing, increasing. Yep, the Shak's Terror is disqualified.
Turning off.
That is unfortunate. But that means that the win does go to the Stonewall Fortress, as the Shak's Terror is the one that created the out of range situation. It is the one responsible for fixing it, and it did not. Not within the time limit, anyway. So we will get this restarted and do round 2, and hopefully see a different result. But I'm not expecting anything to go any differently here. You know what they say about insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result every time. So I don't expect there will be much of a difference here. Whoop, way too far. Gotta make sure get the Stonewall Fortress down here. All right, and get that spawned in. All right, good to go. All right, we will reset the clock and get round 2 underway. Since I hung out with the Shak's Terror last match, I'm gonna sit here with the Stonewall Fortress and watch the range. Make sure everything's nope, out of range. We'll see this time if it's able to get back sooner, or maybe stay in range, or I'm not sure. The amount of Daka coming from the Stonewall Fortress is pretty impressive. Those are 250mm HE shells going out. If it can manage to get a bead and constantly hit an enemy with those, like dead on, it will do some pretty significant damage. However, they are kind of defeated by shields somewhat, as we saw when it was faced off against Task Force Danolite. The deflection shields on those, the disruption shields, were able to detonate the HE shells out from so far away that they just did basically no damage. The Shak's Terror is still out of range. It has 10 seconds to fix that. Oh, and it has gone down out of range. Is at 83%. It must have taken a hit. The Stonewall Fortress got a lucky cannon shot in, possibly. And now it's probably being peppered rather heavily by HE shells, but at this point it doesn't matter. It is disqualified again. It has been out of range for too long. The fact that the Stonewall Fortress shot it down out of range just puts that more in the Stonewall Fortress's favor. It caused a condition in which its opponent should lose, therefore it gets credit for the win. And I mean, honestly, if I let this play out like this, it would almost assuredly kill the Shak's Terror. So, congratulations to Cashin and his Stonewall Fortress. You're picking up a win here. Well, 2 wins, 6 points for the Stonewall Fortress, while the Shak's Terror will be receiving 2. Oh, yeah, see, it's already at 56%. Just a couple more hits will put an end to the Shak's Terror there, but we're not going to stick around for that. There's no point. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.